We talked about string types in our previous lesson and we learned to define these types. Now let's look at how we point types in memory with the help of string slice. First, let's examine the string type. When we define a string, first a place is allocated in the stack section that holds the pointer, length, and capacity information belonging to this string. The capacity and length may not always be the same. If we examine the pointer, it points to the heap section where the data is kept. The values of this string in the heap section of the memory are respectively located in the allocated areas in the memory section. Of course, the addresses here are written as representative notation. If we want to reach a certain part of these values, we can use string slices. After I write my description, I specify which part of it I want to get in square brackets. When you write it as 0 point point, it means take all values from 0. Since we access the values via its address, I write the ampersand sign at the beginning of the variable name. This gives access to string by reference. We will look at the references in detail later on. In accordance with our definition, string slices only hold the pointer and length value. In fact, it still returns the values str, and as you know, its other name was string slice. Now, if we look at the str type, it is defined as having pointer and length fields on the stack again. Capacity is not available as in string type. Moreover, while the string is located in the heap part of the memory, the str is located in the read-only part of the memory. We can access a certain part of this variable by creating another string slice. Here you can see that the values we access change according to the numbers in the square brackets. As a note, it does not include the index value after the dots. Let's show the examples we gave in practice. First of all, I define a variable of type string. Please write your own name and continue. I'm getting all of our variable with string slice. Let's print our variable with the println macro. As you can see, we have written our name in its full form. If you look at the variable type, you'll notice it's str. This time I want to print only the first two characters. Here you should write 2 as the index and you can optionally delete the 0. This means start from 0th index number and take the values up to second index number. Well, it will not include the D character, which is the second index. Yes, as you can see, the result is printed as we want. Likewise, let's define the variable we showed on the str slide. Let's take the values from the first to the third index of this variable and print it with the println macro. Now, let's change it up to the fifth index. As you can see, we have also printed the space in between. We bring to mind that space is a character type. In the next lesson, we will talk about raw string literals, which you may like as a very useful feature.